Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Diego with the Basketball of It All YouTube channel, and we got a little film breakdown of a good game that happened a few nights ago between Illinois and Texas Tech. I am an Illinois fan. You can see my Illinois Ayo Dosunmu jersey doesn't have his name on it, and have to wear the Illinois hoodie for the first big Illinois game of the season. Texas Tech Illinois, top 15 ranked matchup. I saw this on the schedule, and I knew this was a must watch, and I watched the whole game. Very, very good and interesting stuff. And I was very excited this year seeing the new Illinois squad, a good amount of returning guys, but also a bunch of new ones, including Andrei Stojakovic, Big Z, Zvonimir Ivisic, Mihailo Petrovic, David Mirkovic, a lot of Balkan guys. But you also had some returners like Ben Murkaus, Kylan Boswell, Jake Davis. So this is a good squad. Started off kind of rough. Illinois went down 7-0 with a bunch of missed shots, mostly by Kylan, and a few turnovers. But then come back with an 11-0 run. In the end, after that first half, Illinois is up by 13. Very nice to start. But then we got to see exactly who JT Toppin is, and geez, he scored a bunch of points on us. I think he ends up with over 35 points in this game, and we'll go over that as well. That's a third of this film session right here. And in the end, Illinois finds a way to stop him, mostly using double teams, and the Illini are able to take this win at State Farm Center. It's a huge game. I I'm really excited for what this game means, and we'll go over it, and especially Andrei Stojakovic, which I'll be saving for the end. So let's get into it here with some film. First clip here. One of my biggest gripes with this game for Illinois was just the fact that the offense felt a bit stagnant. Here you have a nice pick and roll, and then you run to another pick and roll with David Mirkovic and Keaton Vogler, and David just holds on to it. Boom, spin move. Really weird skip pass, and Zvonimir gets a three. But overall, I just didn't love how right here on this play, David Mirkovic cooking. He's good ball handling, great in preseason, but I just don't love the fact that we have three guys on the weak side just standing and spotting up. Uh, Big C has his hands up for a shot. He does get that shot eventually, but this just felt very disjointed, very not smooth, not connected as I would like. Uh, if you watch some of my other stuff where I talk with a colleague on the I'm on a Mission podcast, that's another YouTube channel. Both of us, but me as well. We both love offense, sort of like 2014 Spurs, constant ball movement, off ball movement as well. Just making sure that the defense has to guard the whole shot clock in college, 30 seconds, and not only in this case, you really have. Let's see if we can bring it back here. All right, in this case here, we have mostly two guys are the primary defenders here, and the other three guys on the weak side are kind of just standing around. And you can see that here you have JT Toppin and his teammate right there guarding this pick and roll multiple times, and they're active, but the other three guys are kind of standing there. They're not moved. They don't have to do anything. If anything, if one of those first two guys get beat, then that's just a very easy rotation and help from there. But if you can got five guys moving, that makes the defense have to make difficult decisions and get easier shots in general. That's one thing I'd like to see from Brad Underwood and the Illini offense a bit more, but we still were able to win this game mostly because of really good ISO creation. And me, not exactly what I want to see, as I said, but interesting so far. So that was the first clip. What else do we got here? Right. So going into more of how great we are in ISO, freshman here, Keaton Vogler from Kansas. Look at that spin move. Oof, makes his defender look silly and oh, yeah, makes his defender look really silly here. And I just loved just the ability to cross and stop right there, get his defender, and just hit this shot. Really, this is a difficult shot for a freshman. This is the biggest stage he's ever played on, and looking really good. I'm excited to see what he can do this season. And here, so another Keaton Vogler, David Mirkovic pick and roll. I think we have another one here, but oof, just the ability from a 6'9" guy with handle and touch to be able to first run a pick and roll, right? You say that 20 years ago, and that is just baffling, right? But just look at this. Senses at the last possible moment someone's coming to double and just protects the ball with his body, able to completely avoid losing the ball there and get an and one. The one thing maybe I think could have been a bit better is in general. I like passing, but right here, David Mirkovic, I don't know if he gets that line of sight to Big Z, but this is a wide open shot. And in the end, they're both 3 points, but uh, just something to note. Maybe in other games, this might not be as easy of a and one. It might not be as available. Who knows? Just a thought there on my end. Next one here again, Keenan Vogler with the ball. And this is, I think, yeah, so this is, again, ISO ball again, really good drive, excellent pump fake, and just barely misses that layup. And you have Big C catch that rebound for the bucket. And the big thing I just want to show here is there's, again, not a lot of motion, but also you kind of luck out into scoring this. Although you should have scored right here, right? You only get this bucket because Vandermeer, Big Z, is being guarded. He's 7'2", but he's kind of playing like a wing in this game. There were no post ups. There was no real paint presence from him offensively, I'll say. Besides in the fast break, which we'll go over. That was a fun clip. But and so because of that, Big Z is being guarded by a guard, a smaller player, let's say. So right here you can see kind of cutting across the baseline. A 7'2" Zvonimir Ivisic is being guarded by, I don't know, 6'6", 6'5", Lawan Watts, I believe. So obviously, and we'll let the play run one more time. Obviously, okay, there's a switch. So even a smaller guy then is guarding Big Z. And so once that happens, yeah, luckily the ball comes just that way and Zvonimir can put it in. So again, some more emotion on offense would have helped, but really good that in that case it worked well for U of I. I don't love the fact that there was no motion, and the fact that a 7-2 guy isn't, going barbecue chicken on that. So not ideal, but again, like I said, we won this game. And then here, yep, get into our kind of star of the night. Peja Stojakovic will run the tape once. Gets blocked the first time, and then really good mental toughness here to get the ball back and say, yeah, I'm going to score this. You think you can guard me? Nope. And I just really loved, first, one thing to improve on here is Andre Stojakovic he's not small, right? He's 6'6", 6'7", but he's still getting swatted here by JT Toppin, preseason Big 12 player of the conference, or Big 12 player of the preseason. Don't know how that's voted, but yeah, he's gonna swat this, and the big reason why is because Andre just jumped straight up. He didn't go into him, create any contact. When you're able to put your shoulder into the defender, now obviously not with any arm extension, that's a foul, but shoulder contact, closing in that space, not letting him jump so easily. Because in this case, JT Toppin can just jump straight up, swat that like it's nothing. And I think if Andre creates a bit more contact, he can extend away or even get a foul drawn there. But in the end, it doesn't matter, right? Because he has the mental toughness to say, yeah, I got blocked. That's tough. Let's run it back. And I don't think your other guy can guard me as well. And I love here going into the middle of the paint and then feeling the defender on his right shoulder, spinning off it, taking what the defense gives him, just laying that up. That was beautiful. I don't know if it was an and one, but this is just the first of many buckets we're going to go over for Andre Stojakovic, and he just cooked up this game. I really loved what he did. Yeah, well, I'll save it more for later because we have a lot. And then here, another critical play we'll run it first. Critical play by the senior, Kylan Boswell. I really love what we get out of him now. So first, on the pick and roll, he gets a dribble, and then just, boom, Hezi freezes both defenders. And then I think the biggest thing here is just the fact that he wedges himself just right here. He's put his body in between the ball and JT Toppin. We all know JT Toppin could block a shot, but this Kylan Boswell is 6'2", 215, big body at the point guard position. He's not having his body there means he's protecting the ball and protecting this bucket that he wants to get, and I love that. That's just big, big brain, right? You gotta use your body and use these angles, and I just love that. Seeing that from such an experienced player, that's what he gives to the team. And he also, I think he was the second leading scorer for the Illini, so very good game on his part as well. A little bit of a scoring run he's on, so I love that. And we got this one. Now we talk about Big Z. Huge block. That was nice. Even bounces off his head and then takes it on the other side right off of that and gets a nasty layup. And I think the biggest thing for me on that is just, well, first the block. I mean, your 7'2" guy with some movement has to do this, and this is beautiful. Clean block off the backboard. One nitpick. This is a nitpick. Is I've seen in the NBA recently is guys will block the ball and pin it on the backboard, but they're not gonna just swat it and then just move their arm away. They'll pin it on the backboard and then kind of roll their hand down. And so instead of say, because that JT Toppin block goes out of bounds, a line score, or those kind of like volleyball spike blocks where yeah, it's awesome, it's a fun play, it's a dunk, it gets that kind of momentum, but you lose possession. And in this case, it works out because it comes off the backboard cleanly. But if you pin it on the backboard, kind of slide your hand down and let the ball fall, someone else can pick it up, and that's I think I've heard a channel call it a Z bound, whereas basically you get the block and it's such a good block that it can be picked up by your team and then used in transition, right? So that's a big thing that I think you should keep in mind if you're a shot blocker. But anywho, I got way too deep into that. So off that block, Zvonimir then catches this pass right here, and then yeah, again a guard. I think this is the guy he got the offensive rebound over. And your first thought seeing a 7'2" guy coming at you is charge. He's not gonna be able to avoid me if I'm put my feet down, get in my legal guarding position, take this charge. But just the wherewithal, the body control to say, nope, I'm getting around that, and I'm soft hands laying that in. I think that gives me a lot of excitement for what this team can be with with not only him but his twin brother Tomislav Ivicic, who was here last year. Both of them, imagine playing both of them putting both of them on the court, and you have Mirkovic as your three, and now you're 6'9" and up from the three position up, and that's very very dangerous in college. Then so now we get into some defense, get into some highlights of JT Toppin. He was the real reason this game got close. So real quick here, I think JT scores 11 in the first half and goes off, gets to almost 40 points in that second half and doesn't miss consecutive shots. I think about 7, and one of them was this hook shot right here. David Mirkovic, a similar size player, but not similar size and similar strength, I believe, but not as quick. And you can see that here. Mirkovic trying to give him that body and just, whoop, give me too much space, and I'll just take that shot. And I thought multiple times he shot this, and I was like, there's no way he makes it. This is a very high skill shot, and lo and behold, I was not familiar with JT Toppin's game, and these are some very nice hook shots. So shout out to him. Reminded me of Trey Kaufman ran at Purdue. I think Trey has a bit better post moves, but the hook shot is deadly. And yeah, that's one way or gosh dang it, JT Toppin got his points. It's hard to differentiate sometimes. I wonder if they're related, but anywho. Then another way is physicality, just being athletic. JT Toppin skying for the dunk in transition. He did this a lot in the pick and roll as well. And I think this just highlights what Illinois is missing in this matchup. We don't have a big guy who's also just as athletic as JT to really stop this. So one idea could be if you could meld players together in like a 2K My Team player creator, is get Big Z's height and movement on the court with David Mirkovic's IQ and strength. Make that into one player, and I think that could guard that Zirkovic, we'll say. He could clamp up JT maybe, but we can't do that. Just a fun thought. So yeah, JT Toppin was unstoppable until Brad Underwood, and I'm not gonna sit here and say Brad Underwood's a basketball savant, but this was a good idea here. Currently, JT Toppin guarded by Kylan Boswell. Again, boy's smaller, but he's got the strength and the speed to keep up with him, and it's interesting how that works out. And the other part of the strategy is to have a double right on the post up, and then right there, JT Toppin has to make a pass. He's not going to try and score on a double, and he doesn't want to lose the ball. But then he does because this is a big thing in playing a good post player like Shaq. You're going to double him, and Shaq can get around that because he's built like a refrigerator. But JT Toppin is a bit more slender, more athletic. When you double team a post player, you're testing to see, do you have the ball knowledge to say, okay, where can I make this pass? Do I make the easy one pass like Toppin did here, or do I try to skip it or try to do something else? And it's really a test of that. And here, JT Toppin makes a simple pass. I mean, he's not Luka Doncic, LeBron James making crazy skip passes, and who expects him to be? So a great steal by Andrei Stojakovic off that read, and then just takes the contact and gets an and one. Just sick stuff right here. And I really love the IQ I saw from Andrei Stojakovic in this game, and especially defensively. I knew his offense was there. Obviously, knowing his dad, being a former Dallas Mavs champion, another one of my favorite teams. So yeah, learning from Peja, Andre knows a lot, and I'm excited to see what he can do for the team this year. And yeah, a little show of his score, but again, another double team leads to an open three, and you miss. And I think a critical thing here is now you have Mirkovic guarding. Kylan comes to double, which I love. And so now he gets it out. First guy is not as open. I guess he's not confident to shoot that three. Next guy isn't as well. But then on that second catch, the last guy on the 3-point line seems open. But great closeout by Keaton Vogler. Again, the freshman, being able to say, yeah, that was a nice shot you had for a moment, but you're not getting that shot. You're not going to consistently, you're not going to get an easy shot off me. And not only does that guy miss, he misses out of bounds. Great way. It's not ideal as transition, but it's still amazing for getting the ball back, right? And right, this double teaming scheme in the last clip off the and one, Illinois was only up one, then up two. Andre missed the free throw, but now they're up by 7. This strategy has helped eliminate JT Toppin's effectiveness, which is really what was doing a lot for him and Texas Tech. And so now the question became, who else is going to make shots for Texas Tech? Lawan Watts, are you going to hit 3 threes, not miss in the second half, and take your team to victory? It's a good question. And in this game, Brad Underwood made that bet, and it paid out for the Illini. And it's good to see kind of pivoting right there. Now we'll get into our real, in my opinion, superstar right here, Andrei Stojakovic, biggest game of his career, as I said earlier. So now he's playing defense at the end of the first half, gets screened, but does not let himself get beat completely, taken out of the play. Great contest. Illinois gets the ball back. Now Andre gets it. Let's see what we can. Oh no, there's only 8 seconds. You got to score right here. Stops, Hezzy, and then just lays it up right at the buzzer. Just super high IQ play there from a guy, like I said. This is the biggest stage he's played at in his career, and I love what I saw out of him there. So very high IQ. And then here, more defense. This is probably the third defensive play. Boom, just takes it, reads the ball handler's eyes, and I just love seeing that. I just love seeing that out of a player. Just look right here, turns to face the ball, sees the ball being passed. He probably saw the eyes first, and right there popped to get that steal. And this is something that's happened to me a bunch, where you get a feeling for where the ball is going to go, and you say, well, I got to get there. And you pop there, and it feels like a cheat code. And it's amazing to see from a guy that just got on the team making these kind of plays. So I really love that. And then here, the biggest defensive play of the game, almost a breakdown, and then Andre gets pushed off by the shooter here, but isn't out of the play, blocks it beautifully. I believe he has a +2, +3 wingspan. So huge play right there. And again, shows that hustle of, yeah, oh, I'm behind, but I'm not out of this play. I'm not going to give up on this play. It makes a huge game-saving block. Another thing I wanted to note is right here, how Merkaus and Mirkovic get confused on a switch with the guard and leave JT Toppin open, completely uncovered for a second even. Thankfully, he's not Steph Curry, and he couldn't just catch this and shoot it, but they recover and huge block. And we'll end this film breakdown with some of my favorite clips. This is a horn set here by Brad. and just what a nice drive. And the big thing for me here is one, like I said, there wasn't a lot of motion from this offense, but this is probably the best and my favorite few plays. I noticed it in real time. I was like, oh, it's a horn set. You could tell two guys at the elbow and two guys at the corners. Uh, yeah, just very nice stuff here. And I think the biggest thing is there is some off-ball movement here. Keaton Vogler then cuts using that screen from Kylan, and just boom, jab. You're too close. Let me get right around you. Layup, easy. And then we get a similar type of clip here to end it off. Same exact play for everyone else, but Andrei Stojakovic, he's gone to the paint as whenever he's wanted to. Texas Tech knows that. What is that this defender gonna do? He's not gonna let him go by him. He's like, I've seen you do this. I've seen you cook my guys. I'm not gonna let you get around me. And so what does Andre do? He's like, well, you're gonna want that jab. Give me some space. Jab again. Too much space. Midi in your face. That's perfect. And yeah, these are some amazing clips. Andre Stojakovic really impressed me. Really showed me that we have a score of the likes of Ayo DeSumo, Terrence Shannon Jr., even Marcus Damask. And I love the three-level scoring. I don't even think we saw a three from him, but just I have a feeling he could shoot threes if his father is Peja Stojakovic. Come on, but um, yeah, big other trends are free throws. Illinois got 23 free throws. Texas Tech did not get anywhere close to that. Only went 16 of 23 though, so gotta shoot some free throws after practice. You know what I mean? Um, and then other players, Ben Humrickhouse, not a great game shooting. He shot 1 of 5 overall, 1 of 4 from deep, but I believe 6 rebounds overall, and that's what you need. You know, if your shots aren't hitting, find another way to affect the game, and that's what Ben Humrickhouse did. Um, Two possible stars, Mihailo Petrovic and Tomislav Ivisic out, and I'm just interested to see what this team could be. Not even at full strength, beating a top 15 team, and yeah, one of the best teams in the Big 12 at that. And I also think we didn't see a lot of Big Z at the end there, and especially not seeing a lot of post ups. If he's anything like Tomislav was amazing at the high post last year, diming up cutters, and I want to see that more because the more the more you reward off-ball movement, the more it becomes a culture, part of your culture as a team, and part of these, how would you say, these kind of these just details that you as a team are like, this is what we do. We play hard, we cut, and I would love to see that for Illinois. Obviously, we haven't seen that in cases with booty ball with Marcus Damask, where you post up, kind of wait for the defense to do something, and then you do something. But we'll see. But this gives me a lot of hope for what Illinois could be. I think, I truly think Illinois could be like a top team to make some noise in the tourney this spring if we can first fully be healthy. That's been an issue in the past few years, but also get a bit better offensively and just lock in into off-ball movement, being more dangerous as a team. Defense, I didn't think was too bad, especially with the double team adjustment. And lastly, one thing I wanted to mention was something that pissed me off a lot last year. Is last year's team they could run you out of the court if you don't body them up. If you I don't want to say if you give up, but first game of the Big Ten tourney, Illinois plays Iowa, and it's a high scoring game, both kind of close near the end, but Illinois was going to win that game. Next game, you play Maryland, and you get trounced, and that that I had seen multiple times from Illinois last year, where any team gives you some opposition, especially some physicality, and you just wilt under the pressure. And that was one thing I'm really happy I saw from Illinois this game, where yeah, you lose a lead a few times, but it didn't affect the Illini, and they were able to really lock in, say this is our game, we're at home, we got the fans behind us, let's do this. And yeah, it shows how dangerous the Illini could be, and I'm excited for the next game. They've actually played tonight, playing against Colgate, I'm guessing, in Champaign. But the next big game, the one that I'm really going to watch, is Alabama, Illinois. Alabama actually just lost to Purdue, I believe, yesterday on Thursday. And yeah, so big test, another big test, top 10 team. Illinois should also be a top 10 team, so top 10 matchup. And it'll be big to see what Illinois, a strong Big Ten team, can do against one of the best SEC teams in the country, and how the SEC has really grown into this powerhouse conference due to a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of money. But college basketball's got a lot of money lately. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. Hope to get more of these videos out in the future. Thanks.